In Deadlock's newest game mode, Street Brawl, a new type of item was added, the legendary item, and these items are insanely broken. As a result, they're very hard to find. So in today's video, we're gonna break down each and every single legendary item that you can get in Street Brawl to see how crazy and OP they are. Mystical Piano. After a short delay, enemies in the target area will be stunned and have their stamina depleted. After the stun, they will be temporarily dazed. So if you've ever watched Looney Tunes, this item is going to be pretty familiar. Basically, what it does is it spawns a piano above the person and it literally crashes down onto him like a type of cartoon. So I think this item is really funny, and I'll show you guys how it looks from the receiving end of the piano. Basically, drops down on you, can't move, I'm stunned, and you basically get cursed. I can't dash, jump, move around, anything like that. So think of it like curse, basically. So I'm gonna try again. I'm trying to melee dash, can't do anything at all, completely immobilized. The Deadlock Shrink Ray reduces model size and grants move speed to the target, allows the usage of tunnels in this mode, can be self-cast, 30-second cooldown, minus 50% model scale, 5 move speed, and 60-second shrink. So it just literally makes you tiny. It literally just shrinks you down. So let's see how this item actually works and looks in practice. All right, now let's see this Shrink Ray in action. Shrink Ray activates. Oh, okay, we are tiny now. Do we have the tiny voice? We have the tiny voice. This is wonderful. Can we go through the little fence? Let's see. Okay, we are through the vents. We are in the underground part of Deadlock now as the tiny viscous. Can we go tiny goo ball? We are tiny goo balling through the vents of Deadlock. This is absolutely amazing. The unstable concoction. Consume a concoction that grants you increased speed, health, spirit, and weapon damage. After a short duration, you die and explode, stunning nearby enemies and dealing damage based on your maximum health. So you deal 30% max health damage, you stun for 3 seconds, you have 10 move speed, and you get 3,000 bonus health for a 4-second duration on 25-second cooldown. All right, well, let's go ahead and test this item. I have death off, and I'm Viper, and there's an Infernus right here, so let's just see what happens. So I'm like juiced up. Wait, that is actually so cool. Let me turn on the cooldown again. No, this is actually it's actually so good. That is actually so good. And for our most basic item, the infinite rounds, your bullets have a chance to become unavoidable, piercing their enemies and ignoring their bullet resist. You have infinite ammo. So I don't have infinite ammo enabled right now on my character. I just can keep shooting forever. I mean, this is actually kind of insane, especially on a character like Haze, if you just have like max fire rate and infinite ammo. So I mean, this is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to run this item once or twice in the Street Brawl. Celestial Blessing applies an extremely powerful cleanse that replenishes your allies globally. On a 50-second cooldown, it heals 50% of their health, 100% stamina recovery, and it gives them 5 movement speed. To showcase how this item works, I'm going to spawn in a bunch of heroes. So we spawned in 5 billies, all of them have half HP. We're going to use our Celestial Blessing to heal them on the fall. And you can see the stamina recovery here as well. It's just instant stamina replenish. It's not even like a recovery. You just replenish your stamina fully. The Electric Slippers. 2 stamina, 80% slide distance, win sliding, evade bullets, gain fire rate, and deal damage to enemies around you. Cooldown is per target. You deal 100 damage every 0.3 seconds, 60 evasion while sliding, 50% fire rate while sliding. So I think there's no better hero to test this on than Viper. We're gonna max our slide here. We don't have the item, so we're just gonna slide around the enemy here, and we're gonna shoot. This is our fire rate without the item. And here we're gonna spawn in the item for ourselves, and now we're gonna slide next to the enemy. So it's Tesla bullets, but in sliding form. Wait, this is insane. Hold on, let me spawn more enemies here. That's actually crazy. Ready? Okay, This seems a little broken. Let's spawn a few more bots in. Okay, this is actually insane. I'm not even gonna lie. We go again. I'll shoot. Oh, our fire rate is very, very fast with the electric slippers. This is not okay. This is way too quick of a fire rate. Yeah, I think this item is broken. This is absolutely insane. Now for one of the craziest items in all of Deadlock, Prism Blast. Active, 40-second cooldown. You enter a void state and become untargetable and invincible, just like Ethereal Shift, for a short duration, during which lasers blast out and rotate around you. So there's only one way we're gonna find out how this item works, and it doesn't really give you anything besides it's active. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. No, this is just funny. I'm not gonna lie. This is golden. You're just literally ethereal shifted, just shooting bebop lasers out of you. Like, this is actually that is actually such a cool item. Runed Gauntlets. You get 130% heavy melee distance, 50% melee resist, 30% melee damage, pierce through an enemy parry every 10 seconds, and every time you land a heavy melee, your existing cooldowns get reduced by 12% for a minimum of 3 seconds. So I got my gauntlets here, and I'm gonna try heavy meleeing. It sends you flying, so I really wonder if you also have crushing fist, how far you actually go. I mean, you fly across the whole entire map with both of these items. This is actually insane. Let's test this cooldown in action. So I'm going to use my flame dash, long cooldown, 37 seconds, and I'm going to punch his ray to reduce my cooldown. Boom, reduced. Boom, reduced. Boom, reduced. Just keep reducing my cooldown over and over with every punch. All right, so there is a wild bot behind this wall with the runed gauntlets, and it's punching. So I'm gonna try my best to parry, and we're gonna see if the parry will actually block the damage or not. And I will also even buy rebuttal to try and full block it. So let's go ahead and see. I'm letting the bot loose. Here he comes. Parry time. Nope. You cannot parry. I'm gonna try again. No, the parry does not work, guys. Seraphim Wings. You get 120 plus stamina recovery, minus 70% gravity scale, and when you're airborne, you deal 40% more damage and take 40% less damage. You have 100% air control, and you get an additional use of an air jump or air dash before landing. So this item essentially makes you basically an angel. When you jump, you start levitating, flying around, and you can basically maintain, permanent uptime in the air if you wall jump correctly, use your stamina correctly, and all of that. You can of course use it with ultimates like 7 ultimate. So as you can see here, I'm gonna ult, and you'll see the Seraphim Wings still applied to me in my ult, and because I have my ult maxed, I can move around. So while I'm ulting a 7, I'm dealing 40% more damage, and I'm taking 40% less damage. The Cloak of Opportunity. Block the next debuff that would apply movement lock, stun, chained, immobilize, or sleep and become unstoppable. Also gain a barrier and bonus move speed on a 14-second cooldown. The cooldown on this item is absolutely insane. This has to be one of the more broken items of Street Brawl. So I got our friendly little Infernus here with the Infernus Ultimate, and we're going to test how the Infernus Ultimate interacts with the Cloak of Opportunity. So I'm going to press forward to activate the Infernus Ult. And in theory, I should get not stunned. Don't get stunned. I, for some reason, zoom out like crazy, and I have unstop and a massive barrier. Let's go ahead and do it again. No stun, unstop, got move speed. This item is very, very strong. The Eternal Gift. Periodically gain a random permanent stat buff and reduces your next death's respawn timer by 70% on a 165-second cooldown. So this item is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. You can see on where I'm kind of circling my cursor, I am gaining stat buffs every 2 seconds. Ability cooldown reduction, max ammo, ability cooldown reduction, and I guarantee you if I speed up my game, you're gonna see a lot more buffs, you're gonna see my HP go up dramatically. Yep, so I'm gonna max the speed up, and you can just see all my stats go up. My fire rate's going up, my weapon damage is going up, my ammo, my health, everything is going up. So this item is probably one of the strongest items in the Deadlock Street Brawl mode. Just permanently gaining buffs every 2 seconds is absolutely insane. Frostbite Charm. Imbued ability has its cooldown reduced and gains spirit power. When the ability deals damage, freeze the target and apply bonus damage. So when I'm gonna throw my dagger, this guy should get frozen and take a lot of damage. Let's see what happens. Clearly looks pretty frozen to me, but let's look at it from his perspective when he gets frozen. All right, so enemy has the freeze item. Let's see what happens when he throws a screw jab dagger at me. Yeah, can't move. Works pretty well to me. Haunting Shot. Your next bullet applies a powerful debuff, reducing the enemy's damage output, healing, and movement speed. It also deals bonus spirit damage based on the target's current health. The bullet is larger and penetrates through targets. It deals 10% current health damage, minus 40% damage penalty, and minus 40% healing reduction with a 1.5 meter bullet radius, 4-second debuff duration, 40% movement slow, 40% dash distance, and 2.5 second cooldown. So let's give this item a shot. I got 5 billies lined up and I have my Haunting Shot ready to go. So let's see it go. Penetrates through other targets. You can see that it's dealing a little bit of spirit damage. I don't know if you guys can see it pop up. 58. So we're seeing the spirit damage go down based on the current health of the target. So it is indeed working. Now let's look at it from the perspective of the Billy though and see how it looks. So let's see what happens when you get shot with the Haunting Shot. So Vindicta is shot with the Haunting Shot. I got this little purple goo on me. Can't dash around. Now it's gone. I can dash around just fine. Let's go ahead and do it again. Oops, gotta reload. Well, I got my Haunting Shot on me now. Trying to move. I can't move. Can't really go anywhere. I'm really immobilized with the item. So yeah, this is a pretty cool item. Mystic Conduit provides yourself and allies with a powerful spirit-focused aura. Has reduced values on allies. You get 40% ability range, 40% ability cooldown reduction, with 50% of those bonuses going to allies at a 25 meter radius. The passive is dealing significant damage to an enemy hero within 5 seconds, causes you to heal yourself and nearby allies with a 700 heal amount and 35 meter heal radius with a 300 damage threshold, 25 second cooldown. So I don't think I really need to showcase the aura. I mean, you can see I'm getting 40% ability range from the item, so the aura obviously works. But let's showcase the active. So I'm gonna spawn in some allies, and the allies are gonna be about half HP. Spawn in 4 billies, all half HP, you can see there. And now I'm gonna use my power slash, which meets the damage threshold to kill the billy and deal 300 damage, so all my allies will get a heal. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can see there, I and all my allies got a burst of healing. The Nullification Burst. It gives you 300 bonus health and it removes any positive buffs and prevents stamina usage and healing effect on enemies. It has an 18-second cooldown, a duration of 7 seconds, and it looks like it deals 251 spirit damage. Kind of like Cold Front. So the enemy 7 has it when you press E. It's basically a Cold Front. I mean, it makes the same sound as Cold Front. There's a big purple aura. And it comes out at the 7. So it's supposed to first remove buffs. Let's test it with Billy Blasted. Or Blasted is Billy. And it removes the Blasted. Nullification Burst. Let's test it with Heal Nova. So it's supposed to prevent my healing. I have Heal Nova here. Let's go ahead and put it. Yep, pop Heal Nova. Nothing happens. But I can reapply my Blasted. I just can't heal myself. So that is the Nullification Burst. The OMNICHARGE Signet. 70% faster time between charges, 30% cooldown reduction for charge abilities, 50 bonus spirit power for charge abilities. Imbue any active non-ultimate ability with bonus ability charges. Already charged items receive more bonus charges. So I'm playing Viscous and I imbued my cube with the OMNICHARGE Signet. It's a pretty straightforward item. It's not that complex. So let's see what happens. I have 3 cubes. 1. Oh. There's like a little bit of a cooldown, but so that was 1 cube, 2 cube. Can I go on McGinnis and imbue it on my turrets? Let's go ahead and give that a try. Okay, I can imbue it on my turrets, and then can I get even more charges? Okay, so I can have infinite turrets. All right, let's go ahead and see how this works. 1 turret. Let's keep going. 2. I mean, It looks like to me, I could just keep spawning as many turrets as I want. So yeah, this looks pretty good to me, guys. I would say that this is pretty strong. Shadow Strike. Go invisible on stamina use with no detection range. Doing a melee attack while invisible will cause you to steal bullet and spirit resistance from them and deal damage over time with 75 damage per second, 2.5 invisibility duration, 6 seconds steal duration, 40% resist stolen. Alright, so when we use 1 stamina, we should go invisible mode. Let's see what happens. Yep. We are in invisible mode and it has no cooldown, so it refreshes with each stamina you use. Wait, which is insane. There's no detection range with this invisibility as well, guys. Take a look at this. He can't see me even though I'm invisible. So this is actually a pretty, you know, unique type of effect for this item. So when we're invisible, we should be able to do a melee attack that steals, resists, and deals damage per second. Let's take a look and see how that effect looks. Yeah, I mean, you can see the resist shred right there, and you can see the damage over time. It looks like a World of Warcraft rogue effect. I'm not gonna lie, that's how it looks like when you proc it on him. It actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, guys, that's all the new items in Street Brawl for Deadlock. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was very fun experimenting with all the items. If you're interested in Deadlock educational content, make sure to subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.